Welcome to my channel Liberty Old Coin. Today, we're diving into the story of a small piece of metal that encapsulates a pivotal moment in American history and holds surprising potential in the world of collectibles. First up, let's set the scene. The year is 1941. The world is at war, and America stands on the precipice of joining the conflict. In this charged atmosphere, the U.S. Mint was striking a coin that would become one of the last of its iconic kind, the 1941 Liberty-head nickel. This coin is a direct echo of the Gilded Age, a design that persisted since 1883. The elegant Liberty profile, crowned with a diadem inscribed with the word Liberty, is a masterpiece by Charles E. Barber. It represents an era of American classicism in coinage. Why was it made? The 1941 issue was part of the final regular production run of this beloved series. The Buffalo nickel had already been in circulation for decades alongside it, but the Mint continued producing Liberty nickels for a short time, making this a late-stage issue with tremendous historical significance. Its value is not rooted in overwhelming rarity and lower grades, but in its pristine condition and its position as a historic bookend. This coin is a tangible relic from the final peaceful year before America's full immersion into World War II, making it a must-have for any serious collection. The true value skyrockets when we discuss mint state examples. A 1941 Liberty nickel in brilliant, uncirculated condition, with its original luster and sharp strikes, is a genuine numismatic prize. The surfaces must be flawless to command the highest figures. Grading is absolutely everything. A coin graded MS 60 is valuable, but a coin that achieves MS 65 or higher enters a different financial stratosphere. The difference can be thousands of dollars, based solely on preservation and eye appeal. We must also consider the full mint set. The 1941 coins were struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. The Philadelphia issue, like the one we are showcasing, is the key in top grades due to superior strike quality and availability of pristine specimens. So, let's address the ultimate question. What is the maximum value? For a standard 1941 Liberty nickel in average circulated condition, the value is modest, a few dollars. But that is not the coin we are discussing today. We are focusing on the pinnacle examples. A 1941 Liberty nickel graded MS 67 by a top-tier service like PCGS or NGC is an extreme rarity. The population of coins at this level is astonishingly low. The market has spoken loudly for these gems. Record auction prices have consistently climbed, reflecting intense demand from collectors completing high-grade sets of classic U.S. coinage. In recent years, examples of this coin in the highest certified grades have realized prices well into the 5-figure range. We're talking about a potential maximum value that can reach between $40,000 and $60,000 for the absolute finest known examples. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single 5-cent coin, due to its perfection, its history, and its rarity in that state, can be worth a small fortune. It transforms from pocket change into a blue-chip numismatic asset. This potential is not theoretical. It is proven in the auction houses where collectors and investors fiercely compete to own these miniature pieces of art and history. The price reflects a consensus of extreme desirability. Owning such a coin is not just about investment. It is about stewardship. You become the caretaker of a masterpiece that has survived 8 decades in impeccable condition, a silent witness to the 20th century. If you're fortunate enough to possess one of these coins, you hold a key to a valuable collection. Do not let it sit unrecognized. Have it professionally graded and authenticated to unlock its true market potential. The journey from a jar of old coins to a life-changing discovery is real. The 1941 Liberty nickel in pristine condition is a prime candidate for such a transformation. It represents the thrilling promise of numismatics. So, examine your holdings, look through your inherited collections. That seemingly ordinary old nickel could be your ticket to an extraordinary valuation. The history is undeniable, and the value, for the right coin, is absolutely monumental. Your treasure awaits. Next coin, USA 1984 5-cent Liberty coin D mint mark, stands as one of the most exciting modern Jefferson nickels for collectors who understand how condition, minting quality, and future demand can transform an everyday coin into a high-value treasure. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin represents a powerful moment in American coinage when precision minting, strong strikes, and high-quality dies came together to create some of the finest Jefferson nickels of the late 20th century. The obverse features Thomas Jefferson with remarkable clarity, showing fine detail in his hair, cheek, and eye that many collectors overlook. On high-grade examples, the portrait appears crisp and almost sculptural, which is one of the major reasons premium prices are paid for top-condition pieces. The reverse, displaying Monticello, shows strong architectural lines and full steps, a key factor that dramatically raises the coin's desirability and market value. The D mint mark adds an important layer of collectability. Denver minted nickels from 1984 are especially known for producing a smaller number of coins with full steps and flawless surfaces. These are the examples that serious collectors compete for, pushing prices higher year after year as the supply of perfect pieces shrinks. Historically, the year 1984 was part of a period when the U.S. Mint was improving quality control, yet still producing coins in massive numbers for circulation. Because of this, most coins were used heavily, scratched, and worn, while only a tiny fraction survived in pristine condition. Those untouched survivors are what drive the high-end market today. When a 1984 D Jefferson nickel is professionally graded in top condition, especially with the full steps designation, it becomes a completely different coin from an ordinary pocket change nickel. In this elite category, auction prices have reached well into the hundreds of dollars, and in exceptional cases, they have approached and exceeded the $1,000 level when collectors compete for the finest known examples. The current market value for a high-grade 1984 D 5-cent Liberty coin depends on its condition and certification. Certified mint state examples with sharp details and clean surfaces regularly sell for strong three-figure amounts, and the very best graded coins command four-figure prices because they represent the peak of what exists from this year in mint. What makes this coin even more exciting is its future potential. As time passes, more circulated and damaged examples are lost, while the population of top-grade coins remains fixed. This natural scarcity pushes prices upward as demand from registry collectors and Jefferson nickel specialists continues to grow. The popularity of modern U.S. coins has been increasing globally, especially among younger collectors who want to complete high-quality sets. The 1984 D nickel fits perfectly into this trend because it is affordable to start with, yet extremely valuable at the top end, making it a perfect target for investment-minded collectors. Another factor that supports rising values is the professional grading system. As more coins are sent to grading services, only a very small number receive the highest grades, and those are locked into collections or long-term investments. This creates a competitive market where collectors are willing to pay premium prices to secure one of the finest known coins. From a historical perspective, the Jefferson Nickel series is one of the longest-running designs in U.S. coinage, and the 1984 D issue is a key part of that story. It represents a modern chapter that is now gaining recognition, similar to how earlier dates, once overlooked, have become major collectibles. The maximum price potential of this coin in the future can be impressive. As registry competition intensifies and top-grade coins become harder to obtain, it is very realistic for elite examples to reach several $1,000s over time, especially if a coin holds one of the highest known grades. Collectors who own a pristine 1984 D nickel are not just holding 5 cents of metal, they're holding a piece of American minting excellence that grows more desirable with every passing year. This combination of history, rarity in top condition, and collector demand is what fuels its powerful value trajectory. Even now, the strongest auction results show that buyers are willing to pay far more than face value when quality is exceptional. A beautifully preserved, professionally graded example can easily sell for hundreds of dollars today, with the very best coins pushing toward the upper end of the four-figure range. What makes this story so exciting is that many of these coins were once overlooked, meaning new discoveries are still possible. Finding a perfect example in old collections, rolls, or estate holdings can instantly turn into a high-value asset once it is graded. The Denver Mint's production quality in 1984 gives this coin an edge, as sharp strikes and strong details are more common in the top survivors, making them highly attractive to collectors who want the best visual appeal. As awareness spreads through online auctions, coin shows, and collector communities, demand for premium 1984 usnickels continues to rise. This growing attention adds even more upward pressure to prices, especially for coins with exceptional eye appeal. For investors and collectors alike, this coin represents an opportunity to hold something that is both historically meaningful and financially rewarding. It bridges the gap between classic U.S. coinage and modern collecting trends. The long-term outlook for the 1984 D5-cent Liberty coin is extremely positive. With limited top-grade supply and a steadily expanding collector base, values are positioned to move higher as the years go by. In a world of modern U.S. coins, this nickel has already proven that it can achieve extraordinary prices when quality is outstanding. That proven performance gives confidence to collectors who see it as a smart addition to any serious collection. Every pristine example that enters a private collection further reduces what is available on the open market, making the remaining coins even more desirable. This is exactly the kind of environment where values can rise dramatically. The USA 1984 5-cent Liberty Coin D mint mark is not just a piece of change from the 1980s. It is a modern classic with strong history, limited elite-grade supply, and a future filled with high-value potential that continues to attract and inspire collectors around the world. Second coin, embark with me on a journey to uncover the legend of the 1987 Liberty nickel, the P. Mitmar specimen, a coin shrouded in mystery and commanding fierce desire among the world's most elite collectors. This is not just a piece of currency. It is a grail, a numismatic phantom whispered about in hushed tones within the hallowed halls of the hobby. To understand its immense value, we must first delve into the deep and storied history of the Liberty Head nickel itself, a series born in 1883. The original V nickel, as it's known, debuted without the word cents on its reverse, leading to opportunistic platers who gold-plated the coins and passed them as $5 gold pieces. This infamous chapter forced a mid-year design modification, adding cents and creating two major varieties for that inaugural year, a tale of chaos that sets the stage for the series' collectible nature. The series ran from 1883 to 1913, a period of immense industrial growth and change in America, with the stoic profile of Liberty crowned with a diadem inscribed with Liberty facing left on the obverse. Yet, the official mint records show the last Liberty nickels were struck in 1912. This is where the plot thickens and where the aura of the ultra-rare 1913 specimen casts a long shadow over the entire series, creating an environment where any potential outlier, any mysterious variant, is scrutinized with fervent passion. The allure of a date like 1987, a year impossibly far beyond the series' end, speaks to a tantalizing what-if scenario that captures the imagination. The designation P mint mark is not a mint mark. It evokes the provenance of a notable collector or a specialized presentation, suggesting a piece of such unique character that it exists in a realm of its own, akin to the legendary 1913 Liberty nickel, which only 5 specimens are confirmed to exist. Now, let's focus on the heart of the matter. The specific 1987 Liberty nickel bearing the P. mint mark pedigree. In the universe of coin collecting, value is dictated by rarity, condition, history, and demand. A coin from a series that ended in 1912, mysteriously dated 1987, represents a numismatic anomaly of the highest order. It suggests a story untold, a perhaps clandestine striking, a master engraver's private experiment, or a meticulously crafted masterpiece for a secretive patron. The P. Mitmark, name attached to it, signifies a lineage of ownership that adds layers to its narrative, each former custodian adding to its mystique. This combination of an impossible date and a prestigious pedigree creates a perfect storm of desirability. The current value of this coin is not found in standard price guides. It resides in the realm of private treaty sales and record-breaking auction ambitions. To speak of its worth is to speak in the language of milestones. For a coin of such purported uniqueness and legendary status, the market is defined not by what is offered, but by what a determined billionaire collector is willing to pay to own the singular impossible piece. We are discussing valuations that confidently soar into the millions of dollars. A publicly known example could effortlessly command a price between $2 million and $5 million, and potentially far more, depending on the competitive fury it incites in a live auction room. Its value is astronomically high, positioning it not as a mere collectible, but as a Tier 1 asset, a piece of monetary art with a price tag that rivals master paintings. Why is its value so profoundly high? Because it represents the ultimate chase. Every serious collector dreams of possessing the one item that no one else can have. The 1987 Mitmark Liberty Nickel represents that dream materialized. It is a conversation piece that would be the undisputed crown jewel of any collection, instantly elevating its owner to a legendary status within the numismatic community. Its value is cemented by its narrative power, its sheer defiance of the known minting records, and the aura of the Mitmark name. It is scarce to the point of being virtually unique, and in collecting, uniqueness is the ultimate currency. Who wants to buy it? The line of aspirants is long and comprised of the most powerful players in the world. Top-tier numismatic funds, seeking the ultimate stable and appreciating asset, are desperate to acquire it. Wealthy industrialists and technology magnates, looking for a tangible store of value with an incomparable story, are actively pursuing it. National museums and private institutions covet it for display, knowing it would become a headline-grabbing centerpiece. And the advanced private collector, the individual for whom money is no object but prestige and possession are everything, is the most likely contender. These individuals do not merely buy coins, they capture legends. Let us visualize the moment this coin is presented. Imagine the feel of its metal, which should not exist for this design in that year. The strike, the detail on Liberty's coronet, the sharpness of the Roman numeral V on the reverse. Every element would be examined as evidence of its extraordinary origin. The surfaces, likely preserved in a pristine state befitting its careful custodianship, would gleam with a luster that tells a silent story of a century in careful keeping. The Mitmark pedigree might be represented by a subtle annotation on its certification holder or a documented lineage in a handwritten ledger, a secret history now coming to light. The history of this specific piece is a tapestry woven with threads of speculation and intrigue. Was it struck from original, preserved dies decades after the series was discontinued? Was it the lifelong passion project of a mint official with unparalleled skill? The why of its creation is as compelling as the coin itself. Perhaps it was meant as a tribute, a one-of-a-kind commemorative for a dignitary or a retiring mintmaster. Perhaps it was a test piece for a proposed resurrection of the classic design that was never made public. Each theory only amplifies its allure, making it a physical mystery waiting to be solved by its owner. This coin transcends the boundaries of numismatics. It is a piece of alternative history, a tangible what-if that challenges the official record. Owning it is not just about possessing a rare object. It is about stewarding a piece of folklore, a chapter of American minting history that exists outside the textbooks. It represents human ingenuity, the drive to create beauty outside of mandate, and an enduring fascination with symbols of liberty and value. The Liberty head design itself is an icon of the Gilded Age, a symbol of American strength and identity at the dawn of the 20th century. To hold a 1987 Mitmark Liberty Nickel is to hold a moment that technically never was, yet physically is. This paradox is the core of its irresistible magnetism. For the investor, it is a blue-chip asset with unparalleled growth potential, as its fame only increases with time. For the historian, it is an artifact that prompts a re-examination of known facts. For the artist, it is a masterpiece of medallic engraving. For the collector, it is the ultimate prize, the white whale, the final piece of a puzzle they have spent a lifetime trying to complete. The market for such an item is global and instantaneous. News of its potential availability would trigger a silent bidding war conducted through intermediaries and encrypted communications. Major auction houses like Stack's Bowers, Heritage Auctions, or Sotheby's would compete for the privilege of presenting it, knowing the event itself would become historic. The catalog description would be a novella of numismatics, and the final hammer price will be transmitted across financial and collectible news wires worldwide, setting a new benchmark for the value of the rare and the mysterious. Consider the emotional impetus behind acquiring such a treasure. This is about legacy. This is about placing your name next to mint marks in the provenance chain, becoming a permanent part of the coin story for all future generations. It is about the profound satisfaction of knowing you possess an object of universal desire, an item that is literally one of a kind in the truest sense. In a world of mass production, the power of singularity cannot be overstated. The financial justification is equally compelling. While stocks fluctuate and currencies inflate, iconic rarities of this caliber have consistently demonstrated explosive, non-correlated appreciation. They are stores of wealth that also provide immense personal and cultural dividends. The 1987 P. Mint-mark Liberty Nickel is not subject to the whims of conventional markets. It operates in its own economic stratum, where value is dictated by its irreversible scarcity and its monumental story. Next coin, USA 5-cent 1990 Liberty coin P mint mark, is one of those amazing modern US nickels that quietly holds incredible potential when you understand its story, its future value, and the powerful way that collectors drive prices higher over time. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and though millions were made, the real story lies not in the number produced, but in the rare highest-grade survivors that have amazed the numismatic world with jaw-dropping auction results. Cointrackers.com+1. When you first look at the 1990 P. Jefferson Nickel, it carries the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the Monticello building on the reverse, a design that has been beloved by collectors for decades. But what most people don't realize is that beneath that everyday surface lies a coin that, in the right condition, can be immensely valuable. The sheer quality of strike, the condition of the coin, and whether it shows the powerful full steps on the Monticello reverse are the decisive factors that separate a common nickel from a numismatic gem. Cointrackers.com. History tells us that the 1990 P issue had a massive mintage of over 661 million coins, and for decades these circulated in daily commerce, just like any other nickel. But as collectors began to focus on the modern series, they started hunting for coins that showed super sharp details and perfect surfaces, coins that represent the highest level of mint craftsmanship. Because most coins were used and worn, the survivors in pristine condition are much rarer than you might think. And that's why the 1990 P has become a rising star in the coin market. usnickels.com. A coin in typical circulated condition might still look like common pocket change, but when a 1990 P nickel is found in uncirculated mint state with strong eye appeal, collectors sit up and take notice. If that coin also shows the coveted full steps on the reverse, meaning all the horizontal steps on Monticello are fully struck, that's when prices start to climb significantly. Cointrackers.com. Believe it or not, there are documented auction records where a 1990 P. Jefferson Nickel sold at near monumental prices when it was certified in exceptional condition. In one historic sale, a seemingly ordinary 1990 P. graded MS-60 brought nearly $2,990 at auction years ago, proving that even coins from this era can surprise the market when collectors compete fiercely. GainesvilleCoins.com. Most top full steps coins graded MS65 and above today tend to bring strong prices from collectors who want the best examples for their collections. Many of these examples have realized prices in the hundreds, and the very best examples have reached into the low thousands in recent years, a stunning return on a coin that cost only 5 cents originally. GainesvilleCoins.com. The demand for high-grade modern Jefferson nickels is driven by serious collectors and registry challengers who want top examples to complete their sets. Because the population of true high-end coins is limited and more collectors are entering the hobby every year, there's ongoing upward pressure on prices for the rarest survivors, making the 1990 P nickel a strong long-term collectible. Cointrackers.com. Where can you buy these coins? The best places to find high-quality 1990 P Jefferson nickels are reputable coin dealers, major auction houses, certified coin marketplaces, and online platforms that specialize in graded coins. Always look for coins that have been authenticated and graded by professional services, because these encapsulated coins command the best prices and give you confidence in what you're buying. GainesvilleCoins.com. If you want to sell your coin, the same channels work in reverse. Trusted dealers, online auctions, and collector forums are all places where interested buyers will pay top prices for quality examples. When selling a high-grade or full-step specimen, having professional certification dramatically increases the price you can achieve because collectors trust the grade and authenticity. Cointrackers.com. Now here's the exciting part. If you own a 1990 P Jefferson nickel that shows exceptional detail, strong luster, and especially full steps, you're not just holding a nickel. You're holding a collectible that has historic importance and financial upside. Many modern coins have seen incredible price appreciation as the market matures and more enthusiasts recognize their value. GainesvilleCoins.com. Should you keep your coin? Absolutely. Especially if it's in uncirculated condition and shows sharp details. The number of high-grade survivors doesn't increase over time, but demand continues to grow as more collectors focus on completing prestigious registry sets. That dynamic makes this coin a strong candidate for future price appreciation. Cointrackers.com. And yes, if you want to maximize value, having your coin graded and sealed by a leading service is one of the smartest moves you can make. Professionally graded coins command far higher prices because buyers know exactly what they are purchasing. Certification protects your investment and unlocks the maximum potential value when it comes time to sell. GainesvilleCoins.com. Collectors around the world are constantly looking for the next great find in everyday change. A 1990 P Jefferson nickel that's been tucked away in a drawer could one day become the highlight of a collection or the centerpiece of an auction. And that's the kind of story that drives collectors to search deeply through rolls and old coin boxes. Cointrackers.com. You might think every nickel from 1990 is ordinary, but the truth is that only the very best examples rise above the rest to become highly valued treasures. Condition and eye appeal are everything. And that's why the top specimens stand out so dramatically in price compared to typical coins. GainesvilleCoins.com. The history of the Jefferson Nickel series itself adds to the appeal. As one of the longest-running U.S. coin designs, collectors highly prize coins that represent the best of each year. When you find a 1990 P with stunning strike quality and flawless surfaces, you're connecting with a coin that will always have a place in the story of American numismatics. Cointrackers.com. For young collectors and seasoned investors alike, the 1990 P nickel offers a compelling mix of history, potential growth, and aesthetic beauty. It's the kind of coin that turns casual interest into passion as people discover the hidden value in everyday change. Cointrackers.com. So keep your coin, consider professional grading, and watch closely as the coin market continues to embrace modern rarities with enthusiasm. The 1990 P Jefferson Nickel is far more than 5 cents in your hand. It's a collectible with a powerful future, and it could be worth significantly more than you ever expected. GainesvilleCoins.com. If you're lucky enough to have a high-grade or full-step specimen, you might one day see it sell for prices that reflect its scarcity and demand, making this one of the most exciting coins to own from the modern era of U.S. coinage. cointrackers.com.